Welcome to Talent Takeover
Unfiltered.
When it comes to working hard and keeping it real, we know our shit. Self-care, happiness, inner peace, and time. I'm Brianna Rooney, and this is Taylor Bradley.
Hey, y'all.
And we have thrived in chaos and turned it into an art form. So Taylor, what are we doing here today?
We're here to give you a raw, under-the-hood view of all things recruiting and finally give credit where credit is due to a long underrated industry that's full of quote-unquote experts.
All right. Well, then let's take this show to the road. Hello, Talent Takeover Unfiltered.
We rolled right into a joke into recording this, so I'm still laughing about the joke.
Which is really funny. So again, you all can all watch this on the Millionaire Recruiter YouTube. But the funny thing is we use Riverside, and it will literally be like 5, 4, 3, and we decide every single fucking time when the 5 starts that we're gonna say a joke. Like how many episodes have we done at this point?
I don't know, but it's not intention. It's not a strategy we came up with. We're like, let's just fuck with the other one and start at the countdown. Let's just say something so that the other one is like cracking up at the point that it's like, and we're live.
Okay. Well, then the best part is this episode is going to be how can you be happier at work?
Yes. So these are just some tips we got for you guys. But
yes,
take which ones you like. Feel free to send it back if you don't like it. We're just throwing it out there. But these are some of the ones that we like. And then create your own version of it too. And you'll see what we mean by that as we kind of go through them. But do you want to kick us off with one of your favorites?
Oh, my favorite. Now you're putting me on the spot. Ooh, I like it. You know what? Okay. First of all, I would say I like 90% of them, for sure. But I'm going to do the play like a kid because I just turned 39 and someone goes, oh, happy 27th birthday. Like he was trying to be cute and sweet and all those things and love it, dig it. But I'm like, I'm cool with my age because I feel like I'm getting older. I'm just not growing up.
Yeah.
So I'm cool with that. So like playing like a kid, that completely resonates with me. And actually I have these like manifesting cards, and actually what does mine say? It says the universe works fast when I'm having fun. And I'm like, I just resonate with that. I'm like, yeah, you know what? I love my job. And when I love my job the most is when I make the most money. Right. So it's like, all right, I'm just gonna put my head down and rock this shit. So play like a kid. Dig it.
Okay, so let's talk about what that means. Like this, like I've got my little fidget spinner. You mean just like during the work day to enjoy your job, have like something that you do that's like, let me just take a mental break from work and just sit here for a second, drink some water, play with the fidget spinner, right?
Yeah.
Like, how does that mean? How does that apply to work?
I mean, I'm cool with that. Put your music up, blasting, just kind of beep, beep, beep. But I doodle a lot. I love doodling.
Now you're giving away all the tips.
Oh, sorry.
These are all separate tips.
See, you shouldn't ask me questions.
All right. Never do that again. I fucked that up. Okay. Well, I know you like this one. You like buy yourself some flowers.
I do love that. I love that. I'm actually going to put this in here because I didn't buy these, but one of our
those are pretty.
One of our past employees. Now, trust me, I have a brown thumb, so I'm really nervous about keeping orchids, alive. But they're super pretty. I love flowers. Like, I mean, I don't know. How do you not smile when you see flowers?
True.
Like, I just dig it. And so it's like, do I love people sending me them? Sure, love them. But I just love getting them for myself because it reminds myself that I'm an independent woman and I can be happy on my own. I can be happy with someone else. Like, it's fine. Like, I'm good.
Your Miley Cyrus on.
I was just about to say that.
I know what you're talking about.
I love that song. I dig it. I like rock out to that song because it's like everyone thinks that you need XYZ to be happy. And it's like, you just need yourself. You love yourself, right?
Yeah.
Love it.
So on that same token, I like the one that says give yourself some rewards. So it's like whatever that looks like for you. Just like if you have a really hard workout and you crush that workout, and then you're going to be like, okay, well now I can eat that cupcake or I can eat that piece of cake or whatever because I just fucking crushed them.
Eat
or for
that
us to
cake.
be sour belts, the sour strips. But it's like I just crushed that workout, so now I'm going to buy XYZ or I'm going to do this. So whatever the reward is for you, I think that is a really good one to like reward yourself. And I think that goes back to what we've talked about in other episodes of just counting your wins, no matter how small they are. And, the biz dev wins is what I always tell myself. It's like, I got to count them as wins, even if it doesn't feel like a win because it didn't convert to something.
Yeah.
But if it's something that's really hard and really mentally taxing, those are the tasks that I find that I have to give myself a reward, whatever that is.
So I always had I would equate, closing a deal. And so I'd be like, okay, if I close one deal, I'm going to get this. Like, I'm going to go out and I'm going to I don't know, get drunk. Let's be honest. Okay.
I'm drunk now.
And then if I close 3 deals in a month, I would go get a really lavish massage. So maybe the 2 deals was just a regular massage and the 3 deals is I'm going to a spa for 4 hours on a Friday.
I just envisioned you what I thought you were going to say is 3 deals. I'm blacked out in Vegas. 1 deal, I'm getting drunk at the bar that night. 3 deals, I'm blacked out in Vegas, waking up on the floor. That's what I thought you were.
Okay. I mean, I've had a long agency journey. So yes, those things have happened, but that's not what we're talking about today.
That's not how she does it at 39, y'all.
She's
a grown woman now.
Actually, oh my God. I don't know. It actually might be funny. So I need you, the people that are subscribing, please, if you like this, send it to someone else. Let's get more subscribers here. But I want you to comment. Do you want an episode to me to tell you all the fun shit my agency has done? It would be or maybe it's a book. Maybe I save that shit. But I don't know. Agency life is so different and it's so wild. And I'm coaching an agency actually right now, which is really fun. But I sat down with them the other day and they were just the moods, the celebratory things that they were doing. I'm like, man, kind of miss that shit. Even at age 39.
So for our listeners, what she means when she says these stories, because I'm sure they're what kind of stories? What is this? You got a performance for bonus or something? No, she's told me some of the stories and think Wolf of Wall Street. That's where your mind should go when you want to hear it. And some of them are crazy in a crazy way and some of them are crazy in a good way. You've told me stories about shopping sprees and stuff that I'm I can't believe that ever happened, but it happened, Okay, so move on to the list.
All right, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so going back to what you had said about putting on some good music, I think this is a really good one. Get a playlist to boost your mood. So whatever that is, whether you want to listen to some trap music, that's your preference. You'll probably want to subscribe to my playlist if that is your preference. Or some country or some 80s. I got all of that shit. But I think whatever it is that pumps you up or puts you in a really good mood. When I need a mood boost, I tend to gravitate to whatever I work out to. Those are what it's the same playlist for me. If I need to pump myself up during the day. Yeah. So, I think and then have a dance party. That's another one. If that's what you want to do, I mean, I know not everybody likes to dance. You kind of put that disclaimer out there that not everybody may want to dance, but get up and move your body somehow, some way with a little bit of music on, especially if you sit in a chair all day long for work.
Oh yeah. You don't want that secretary spread, as my dad would say.
I tried to tell somebody about it. I was have you heard Brianna talk about the secretary squat? And they were like, what?
No, it's the spread.
I know. I'm now hearing you say it, I was wait, is that what it's called? But I remember I've never heard that before until you said that. God. Oh, do you want to tell everybody what it is?
Well, I mean, you're sitting down all day, so your butt cheeks are spreading naturally, so you got to get moving. You got to do some lunges. Yeah, but we were talking with Jess, who produces the show, who does an amazing job. So shout out to Jess. She was saying, they used to do push-ups and stuff like that just to get moving. And so we've definitely done those challenges. We've done egg tosses. We've done when we had our ping pong table in here, we would literally at 10 and 2 o'clock, we had it on everyone's calendar, it was a team meeting, and we would play ping pong. And it's just that refresher, it's we wiggled our bodies, we took a moment, we had a good time, and it's a cool kumbaya too. So if you can do something that as a team, building, I mean, we even did it here at Talent Perch, which is kind of weird because as we're all virtual, right? So a remote, we're all down on the floor trying to do our push-ups or sit-ups or whatever the heck we're doing, but it's still really fun.
Yeah. You know what you just made me think about? Because at one of the companies I worked at, we did a golf thing that I was woof. But you just made me think about that conference that we went to. And remember when you had to putt and to hit and you landed the ball on the dollar bill or the 20 or the 10, and I got it on the 10, but you would get to take that. That's a really good one for companies that are in office and they want a little something to boost morale. Throw a 5 on the floor, and then, whoever hits the ball and lands directly on the bill, they get to take the bill home. I remember being so into that, and that was fun. And then we came home and tried it with the kids, a little fun activity we did with the kids. And I'm not even a
I
golfer.
remember you were like, I never won anything.
I don't win shit. I don't. But especially at golf, like I'm not even a golfer. But it was actually like, it was fun. So any little thing that you could do like that. Meditate. That's another one that we talked about before that I think, when you choose to do that in your day, I know people have really kind of like structures of when they like to do that, but I think that's really good to incorporate in your day somehow. Do
you meditate?
I don't even know. I talked to Cheryl about that. I'm like, I don't even know how to meditate. And she's like, well, you've got to basically like stop thinking. And I'm like, what? Because I'm thinking about 6 things at all times. I don't know how you do it. I would need extensive training.
It's very, very cool. So I've talked about this in a few different like webinars, but for those of you who haven't heard this before, I'm obviously very high energy. So sitting down to meditate seems like cruel and unusual punishment to me. And I'm like, I can't do that shit. Right. That. So like, no, I can't sit down. I can't I feel like I have to do something. Now I can turn off my brain. That's not a problem for me, but like I would like want to fidget or do something. So I now meditate when I work out. And that is so powerful for me that I'm literally just thinking about what I want, envisioning something. I can see clouds moving. I can see like money pouring on my head, like stuff like that. Like that to me is like in between manifesting and meditating. And I do it when I work out and it's fucking awesome. I love it. I am like so in the zone. And I think my workouts are actually better.
Yeah, I could see all of that. I think it's hard to do. Like that's the thing is that it's not that a lack of, I don't want to do that, but I even catch myself all the time. Like when I'm sitting in church, I'm thinking about 10 other things, and I'm like, I really
So you're not present.
No, I'm always thinking about other things. So that's where I'm like, it would truly be, I think it's something that for some, it may come easy to meditate. And I think for others, it would be truly something that I would have to be taught. Like somebody has to teach me how to stop thinking about everything because I'm always thinking about things.
So the way Cheryl, and so you guys know, Cheryl's our exec coach, but Cheryl said like start 1 minute, do 60 seconds. Anyone can do 60 seconds of not thinking.
But then what do you think about? You think about not thinking?
Well, no. It's not like that you have no thoughts. It's just that, you could just think about winning the lottery. You could think about, but it's supposed to be like no work, no duties, nothing of that you have to do. I think we get kind of stuck in that. Nothing bad. There's no wicked chatter. It's just like you're kind of in the clouds and you're kind of thinking about what do I want? Or you're seeing yourself kind of soar, seeing yourself accept an award. It's just like all these like good stuff going on and you're just visualizing it and you're just in that spot.
I thought that was manifesting. I thought meditating was like being present with your body and not thinking about things.
Yeah, but you can interchange those two and it's super, super, super powerful. And I don't think meditating means you're not thinking at all. It's just you're not caught up in the weird shit, of what you have to do. It's just you're just letting your mind roam. So the way Cheryl said to me is like, you just visualize yourself sitting on a bench and then just see what kind of floats your way. And then if anything floats your way of that, like, that's again, like to what you have to do, you just smack it in the air. Be like, no, thank you. I'm not there for that right now.
Okay. I'm going to go on a little tangent here. Have you ever been hypnotized?
No.
Do you want to be?
I wouldn't mind. Yeah. I'd be interested in it.
Okay. So no, but I would like to go and watch you be hypnotized and then decide if I want to do it.
I'm there for that. I like being guinea pig.
No, I think it'd be really interesting. But I also I've seen on TV and I'm like, is that real? Like, I want to know if it's real. And I know you would tell me if it was real.
Yeah, I would tell you. Yeah.
But you would definitely play into
quack like a duck.
No, I just want to see if it's real. Like if they could really, and then I'd be super into it because I think what I've seen on TV, what they get out of it seems really cool. But then I'm like, I don't know if you're bullshitting or not.
No. I think it's real because they actually use it as, people that had like a lot of trauma or if they're trying to solve a crime and stuff like that, they like hypnotize you into like some thoughts back then. So I totally think it's accurate because you got to think like the mind's so powerful and you store all sorts of memories in different places, whether or not they're good, they're bad or whatever, or they're exhausting. And so, yeah, I super believe in that.
Oh my gosh, we got to do that. Yeah, we got to do that. Well, you got to do that and I got to go.
You got it.
And because I want to know if it's real because I don't want some dark, crazy shit to come out of my mouth that's like or to trauma to be, I don't know. I just want to see somebody I trust do it first.
I have a medium that actually I meet with probably every 6 months and it's fucking crazy. Some of the stuff. Like crazy. And it's been accurate and it's wild. It trips me out. Like I've cried tons of times. I've got the chills. I get motivated. Like it's so crazy.
We got to talk more about that because that's really interesting to me too.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I like this one. And I actually do this one. Walk around the block, like take a walk. I think that is so important.
You know what I love is because, you know, as we were like in this Zooms and Google Meets and all of that shit, if you have someone that you could just have a phone conversation with, do that and go take a walk. Yeah. That is always the most productive conversations. I've actually closed lots of deals walking around with my phone. I love it. I dig it. I feel re-energized. It's like killing two birds with one stone.
Yeah, that's how I like to start my mornings. I walk every single day, at least 3 miles, and I'm either like listening. Yeah. And but I'm always, except for, you know, today when we record early and stuff and I got to get ready, but I typically will go walk every single morning after I get the kids off. And that's what I do. I call like my Kiki time. I talk to friends that are driving to work or before they start their day or whatever, because it's super early in the morning, or I'll catch up with my dad or whatever. But that's like my favorite time because I don't ever just sit on the phone and talk to anybody for hours.
Yeah.
That's
right.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Oh, and I thought this was a really good one too. Help a coworker out. So like research shows that helping others actually makes you feel happier. And I'm like, that's so true. When I read that, I was like, every other time that I've helped somebody do something and it's been successful for them or really like ended it with a great result, you feel just this peace. Like same thing you do like when you close a deal. I feel like it's a very, very good feeling to help somebody and it be successful, whatever the outcome is.
150%. First of all, that's why we do this podcast. So again, if you like this, share this with someone. This is us paying it forward. This on the YouTube Millionaire Recruiter channel. It's paying it forward. You know, that's why it started, you know, it became into a really cool brand. And like now again, we're in our podcasts in how many countries at this point? But, that feels amazing. Like I remember the time where I started having employees again, like we all started when we were really young, right? So I also grabbed young employees. And when they started buying houses, it felt like I was buying a house, you know, I was like, oh my God, yay. We celebrated as a group and a unit. And, you know, they would come in and thank me, you know, for the opportunity, like, cause they wouldn't have had it, and, you know, otherwise is how they felt. And I was like, oh my God, like it gives me the chills. It makes me so happy. And you know what? So I was at Disneyland the other weekend. I'm sitting down celebrating the birthday. And all of a sudden, one of my most favorite employees ever from Techies was there. And she came up and just gave me the biggest hug. And she was like, oh my God, I miss you so much. You know, she's over at a firm. So yeah, I mean, that shit's so cool. Like that's the moment. And you don't have to, here's the thing. You don't have to be a manager. You don't have to be a CEO. You don't have to be on the top to help a fellow, you know, colleague. You can do it. It could be small. It could be large. It could be whatever you want, but like anything helps. Even if it's just like you notice someone having a day and you're like, hey, you want to take 10 minutes? You want to talk? Like what's going on? You know, like that stuff is great.
And a caveat to that, actually, to expand, it doesn't even have to be a coworker. Like it could be anybody that, you know, is like, maybe it could be a previous coworker turned friend. And then it's somebody, like you said, take 10 minutes to call them or help them out with something. I know that I've had people reach out to me since we've seen all these layoffs and experience, like a lot of people laid off. Hey, can you just take a look at my resume? Can you just do X, Y, Z? And it feels really good to just, like you said, why we do this podcast, to just give back. And, you know, that's why when you reach out to us, you'll always get a response from us. We're super responsive. Yeah, we love it. And we love, like, if anybody takes anything out of this in a positive way or gets any kind of value out of it, we're really, really excited about that. So we definitely love to hear from anybody. And if you need any help with anything, feel free to reach out. We're always here for you guys.
Yeah. It makes us happy.
It does. And this one, let's talk about your actual real favorite one though.
What is it?
Well, I can't even believe I have to tell you the growth.
I don't want to go on it again.
Growth and
growth.
Hint. Okay. So this is actually her favorite one, like her favorite tip probably ever.
Yeah. So growth and success journal. This is something that I incorporated in my life about 2 years ago or so. And I realized that as my career was changing, my business model was changing, stuff like that, I was doing things and I just wasn't feeling successful because my definition of success changed and how I'm judging my success changed because it's a different model. And so I was feeling like really yucky.
Yeah.
You know, and so what I did was I came up with my values, which is really important. So if you guys have not come up with your values, you should know what you value in life. You know, think about like as you join a company, like what are their mission and values? You know, you should have your own. It's crazy that it took me so long in my life to do that. But anyways, so what I decided was I wasn't just going to make goals, like general goals. I wanted to really lay out my goals versus, you know, family, health, career, significant other. I feel like I have one more. Oh, and well, kids and family, actually, I have in two different categories because I really think that although obviously your kids are your family, I really think that those are two completely different beasts, you know, and I have different goals in all of them. So I wrote down my goals in every sector. And so now my growth and success journal equates to that. So any small little win, and again, love the big ones, right? But any small little win in any of those categories, I write in my growth and success journal. I put the date, I put what happened, and I put how I felt. Because I think it's so important. And so anytime I'm down, or even like anytime I just want to like, you know, pat myself on the back or just like live in like a fun moment, like I'll go back and I'll look at it and oh my God, it feels so good.
So do you do it in real time when the thing happens, or do you do it like in the morning or the end of the day?
So, okay, I have been playing around with this. Sometimes I'll do it in the moment. Like if it was like that big of a win, I'll totally do it in the moment. And like, I just start typing and it's like so fun, or it is digital. So I type it out. But I also have a separate one, which is funny, that I write out. I'm kind of disorganized there. But, what I will do is I do have it scheduled. I have it 5 minutes scheduled every other day in order for me to like do this, because sometimes maybe because it wasn't a big enough win, it didn't feel like a win. But I think when you reflect back a day, 2 days at the very most, then it's like there has to have been something, right, that have come up that I did well, right? In any of those categories. And if it didn't, what the fuck am I doing? I'm not being very intentional then.
Yeah.
Right.
Sure.
So like, that's like just a self-reflection. Yeah. So no, I definitely schedule it out. And at first I was having trouble. Like it would go weeks and I would be like, oh my God, what did I do? I knew I had these wins. And I'd look at my calendar. It was very inefficient and it didn't feel as good to me. So then I was like, Brianna, can you not spend 5 to 15 minutes tops on yourself a day? That's fucking bullshit. Because you will, at any given moment, if someone called me, if you called me, if my family, whoever the fuck called me, I would have no problem talking to them for 15 minutes.
Yeah.
But yet I couldn't do it for myself. That's insane. So so I started scheduling now. Now it's just become like a habit and I just dig it and I don't really need it on my calendar anymore. So it's good.
Well, love that. And for our listeners, we do have a growth and success journal that we actually is designed by us. And it's very similar like structure to what Brianna just outlined of hers. So you guys have to check that out. We'll link that in this episode.
Yeah, I have been asked a lot about it. And actually people have wanted to see my journal. And like, so I've shared some snippets of it in there as well. Because I think it's really relatable, you know?
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
It's fun.
Well, and I love that you have the personal and the professional incorporated in there, because I mean, often we try to say like, oh, it's not personal, it's business, it's whatever. But we've talked about, they're all so interwoven and overlapping. Like if you have a bad day at work, it's inevitable. Like sometimes you're going to carry that into your home life. It just is what it is. And so I think it's really
shouldn't, but it's hard. How do you separate it? You know,
it's life. It's life. Yeah. So yeah, I feel like it's inevitable. It's going to happen every now and then. Even if you're one of those people that tries to be really intentional about it, it can happen, whatever, you know? Mm-hmm. So I think the fact that you incorporate both in the journal is really powerful. And this next tip kind of goes with your growth and success journal. So try tracking your efforts instead of your accomplishments. And I think that goes in line with exactly what you said of like, you may have some small little wins.